Good day, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's live music channel. I'm Anna Uspinskaya, joining you from Washington, D.C. suburb, and I'll be hosting today's program. This is our Productions Part 2. This program is dedicated to revealing our Virtual Concert Hall's team's secrets about how we do and what we do for these programs. And as always, I'm here and our team is here to connect musicians and audiences from many parts of the world and to bring performances and music news from around the globe. If you have caught any of our programs, then you already know. But for new people, I will say that throughout the season, we host dozens and dozens of events. Those events are aimed at helping musicians to go forward with their own goals. And yes, we have musicians from many parts of the world bringing their art and their performances to you. So we invite artists, performers, educators, publishers, media managers, artist managers, and many others who work in the related fields so that they can share their insights. And those insights are very helpful to musicians and everyone to navigate the modern and frankly very confusing world of ever-changing music. So what is it we do and how we do it? Many people asked us, you are live every day. How do you manage to do that? Well, let's do a quick overview of what it is we do. First of all, we do concerts with remote live commentary. What's that beast? Well, let's first of all see what those concerts sound and look like, and then I'll tell you a little bit of the back-end secrets about it.
And that was a performance of the first movement of the Mendelssohn Concerto for Violin and Orchestra. And the wonderful violinist was Timothy Shee. And he, Fedor, is one of the winners of the École Orchestra International Artist Competition. That was Glenn Cortese conducting the West New York Orchestra. A very beautiful performance. He's a real virtuoso.
Yes, yeah, that was a wonderful, wonderful movement. I honestly, I don't even mind hearing just the first movement of this. I think it has a great shape to the piece. And he did a wonderful job with it.
And before we come to the intermission, we do have one more performance, and that will be the first movement of the Mozart Concerto number 20. And that's the Crucial 466 in D minor. We'll hear the Allegro movement, and it'll be performed for us by
All right, so this was an episode of the concert which we presented in the previous season with the Western New York Chamber Orchestra, and the winners of the international auditions, called Orchestra auditions. Musicians flew in from many different countries, and it was a glorious concert. Now, let's focus on the secrets. What you saw on the screen was actually a live production. Everything you saw in there, the piano moving on stage and the soloists performing, and then the two commentators coming on screen and doing the comments. Probably if you pay attention, you could hear that there was a background noise of the chairs being moved and the piano being moved while the comments were happening. Now, all of that was put together by our incredible team in real time. So a few secrets for everyone who is curious to know how this is put together. We had an on-site team at the King Concert Hall in Fredonia in New York. And that was a team of people who were operating the audio and the cameras at the space at the concert hall, and they were making of course some visual changes and showing close-ups and everything. So in addition to that, at the same time, we had a team, a production team, producing this virtually, joining the virtual cloud-based broadcast studio, which is our workspace, and people work in that studio, and then they joined from many countries. We had producers from Europe, from Asia, and from the United States, all in different time zones. They converged together on the broadcast production studio, and they were taking the feed, the audio and video feed from the concert hall, and those from the two commentators who you saw on screen, who were also in different parts of the world at that time, and putting it all together into one streaming production. You also saw some really cool graphics in there, which our team creates for each of those productions, and those are being shown to people who are attending concert virtually. Now, on top of it, all of those broadcasts which we produce are absolutely free to public and accessible on many, many different platforms, all the major platforms, and including many private platforms which are have mission which kind of merges with ours, which is bringing music to as wide audience as possible, so that people can have access if they love it, or have access if they are not too familiar with it. What if they maybe catch a little bit of our broadcasts and they start enjoying it? Now, the next kind of productions which we work on, and we've done a number of those as well, is called hybrids. Now, of course, that sounds like some weird tomato plant, but it's not. It's a hybrid production involving physical performances and also virtual performances combined in a hybrid. Well, let's just see what it looks like.
Welcome to all of you to this very first hybrid event. Yes.
So what you saw here was a production of a hybrid event which showcased talents from many different countries in the Prominent Pianist Festival. These were students and amateur pianists and professional pianists who were performing in the same location. Well, wait a minute. They were also in different locations. So at the beginning of this little clip, which we just watched, you saw people playing in the concert hall, and you saw a big screen behind them, which didn't do much while they were performing. Well, a few minutes later, that screen behind them suddenly lit up with the video. Well, I'll backtrack on that in a second, with a video of several fabulous young pianists performing, and they are Australian. Now, video. Let's talk about that. This was not a video. This was Australian pianists in Australia performing live in that same moment when you saw them on screen in that concert hall. So that's what the hybrid potato-tomato plant is in modern world of music performance through virtual means. In that concert, our team was able to put together the performance of people from many different countries while performing live. Why live performance is so important? Because it's unique. Yeah, you can prepare the video and just display the video, but that's a canned performance which was done some time ago. I don't want to say anything bad about it. It can be really beautiful and polished, but there's something to be said for the live performance. Now, for the audience in the concert hall, everything was happening right there and then, live, immediately in real time. So they had musicians coming on stage physically in front of them, and then the next musician came on stage on the screen. And isn't that cool to know that that person on screen is right now performing thousands of miles away in Australia? Not to mention cutting on the costs of it. If you had to present those musicians from Australia in your concert hall in the United States, I don't even want to think about the amount of money and the grant applications you would have to fill out for that to happen. It's probably not happening. But the hybrid is happening, and you just saw it happening. And again, our team collaborated with a team on site of audio and video engineers who were working in there, and our team was pulling the performances from different countries and presenting them simultaneously, simultaneously onto many platforms where people could see it absolutely for free, and at the same time projecting it on the screen in that concert hall. Okay, enough about hybrid. The next type of productions which I want to show you is called multicast. Well, multicast, that means casting multiple people in the same continuous live performance or show or event. Let's see what that is.
Thank you, Itai. Thanks to you and your collaborative pianist who also happened to be your mom. But I think now I know where is this connection coming from. I remember your initial recording that we have heard, and I think it was in the same venue. I remember you played the same piece and also Poulenc, if I can recall correctly. And I can see that there is some improvement in that, not in Poulenc, but in Weber, obviously. So which is great, which is really good. Look, I have a couple of more questions rather than comments. Comment-wise, it's beautiful. It's a nice clarinet, that aquatic sound that I always like about clarinet, that it sounds very, how do I put it, aquatic, there's a water kind of sound, colors that are coming from it. What I wanted to check with you, like, how did you know that obviously it's F minor and then it goes to modulate to D flat major, re bemol major, and then come back to F minor. These transitions were not very clear to me, like that you were purposely doing them. They just happen. Okay, I'm playing some notes, and then you will hear F minor, and then you'll hear D flat major. So yeah, that would probably be a little bit better if you how do I put it? Show that change. Not just play it, but also show that change. And also the more of a questions, your tenon, your mouthpiece, what is it? Is it good? Is it firm? Is it like there's no air coming through, that it's extra sound, the sound that I heard from the recording, from the live?
I think my mouthpiece is actually pretty old, and I was thinking
No
about
wonder.
replacing it. Yeah.
There you go, bingo.
Yeah.
There you go. But it doesn't diminish your performance. I just wanted to check that because I heard the extra air noise, and I was thinking that your tenon is old maybe. Please carry on.
I'm aware of that.
It's good that this tradition continues. We can't put the entire world digital. Pandemic or not, we still,
So you have to be a craftsman of your instrument partially to be a clarinetist.
In a way.
Absolutely.
Tutti la bramano, tutti la chiedono, femmina, felicità, davo da femmina, felicità, davo da femmina, felicità, felicità.
So these were short clips from the previous multicasts. We call them multicast type of production. We call them something else. So these were auditions for various performances for people to perform at the Carnegie Hall or with various orchestras in different countries. But as a technical term, we call them multicast. What that means is in a continuous show, in a continuous broadcast, we have dozens and dozens people participating and taking stage one after another, including performers, their accompanists, and of course the judges. You heard some comments from the judges. Now, what's unique about these productions is we are able to bring in incredibly accurate quality of the sound and video. You could hear that the conductor from Saudi Arabia, Georg Sargsyan, who was 10 hours difference from us, was commenting on very subtle details about maybe some air coming through the mouthpiece for that clarinetist. The most subtle nuances and colors of the sound of the clarinet and the sound of the voice and the sound of the piano were delivered live. So these people were performing again in different countries, in Europe and in France and in UK, in real time. How does that happen? On the back end of this whole process, we have a whole team of people who are professional musicians and professional broadcast designers. I don't want to say that they are recording engineers, because they're not. These are not recordings. These are live broadcasts, which takes another level of complexity above and beyond what we are used to in music recording production. So they meet with the artists ahead of time, they prepare the technology, and the technology is very specific. Our team had learned all the ins and outs of the technology, which is changing very quickly, and changing towards supporting actually the music performances on the virtual stage in the virtual concert hall. More and more as time progresses. So we apply our knowledge and experience of producing hundreds and hundreds of performances and many, many multicast performances where our broadcast studio needs to adopt very quickly from broadcasting something so different as a piano with a piano accompaniment, two pianos. Those can really top your microphones real quick and top your stream as well. They can break down and stop, and so that. And then quickly moving to a guitar player, and the guitar is a very different acoustically instrument, and that happens immediately. As soon as the pianist is done performing and the judges are done commenting, the guitarist takes stage, and then the clarinetist, and then the vocal, the singer. And I want to praise our team for their ability not just to know which technology to use, but most importantly, their incredible know-how of how to use this technology. And by the way, we keep no secrets about it. If anyone wants to come and ask for our consultation or join our seminars or any educational programs which we provide, please feel free. Just give us a message, and we'll pass on all the experience and knowledge our team has accumulated over the years and thousands of live music broadcasts which we produced. Now moving on to the next one, multimedia. We just talked about multicast, which means many people cast in the same production. Now, multimedia, by definition of the word, means many media at once. Let's see what it looks like.
Unicorn is feeling so forlorn. Is a dark, dark doom and a candid gloom from a wily tune and a big baboon. He painted on our lives. He painted on our lives. There's a mountain land with a tooth so fine and a wicked smile and a wistful eye and a big, big turn for the old girl birds and a tooth of wool that bells skirts. Ho! Ho! Are they driving us to the lambing cliffs of mazes? Sing-a-ring-a-ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, I wanna do the the singing pterodactyl still gazes through a fractal, but a friendly unicorn no longer feels forlorn. No doom and gloom with zestful tune from the ringa, 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 minimal ringa, ringa, yeah!
And that was a clip of a multimedia performance. Sophie Duner is a singer from Europe, from Sweden, and this all looked and sounded very well put together. Let's put it this way. To you, maybe it sounded like there were a whole ensemble supporting her performance, but in reality, it was multimedia. Because, of course, there was the singer Sophie Duner performing live. This is a live performance again, the clip from her live audition for the performance at the Carnegie Hall. And the accompaniment was pre-recorded and played through the systems, through the technology, and all the synchronization and everything had to be done for that to happen in real time. Of course, that requires for musicians to also learn and step out of our comfort zone where we feel like everything is tangible, everything has to be, under our fingers and feel like an object, and learn how to include the soundtracks and different technology and different devices into our performance to bring it together. So our team works together with every performer who has that desire and wants to create a multimedia performance. So next, we also produce music films. Our Virtual Concert Halls team is creating a multifaceted, all-encompassing virtual concert hall, which of course includes recorded, polished, and edited film production or video production. Let's see a few clips of that.
It is terse, it is compact. Its dynamic energy is concentrated into a mere 9.5 minutes of music, the shortest opening movement of Beethoven's 9 symphonies. And it's all the more stunning because of the bold, unprecedented way in which it begins. Known to practically every living being on Earth, it's that powerful. And certainly the fifth contains the same sort of revolutionary musical outlook and language as the Eroica. And the Fifth Symphony's main key of C minor definitely evoked powerful creative impulses from the composer, as we saw in the second movement Funeral March of the Eroica. But I don't know that there's much point in doing any more detective work here. It's all been done by others. Beethoven's iconic opening motive, the group of 4 unison notes, is not something that he necessarily invented for this symphony. Beethoven used this same basic motive for the first movement of his great Fourth Piano Concerto, which also appears in the same sketchbooks with the Fifth Symphony, the same 4-note pattern. I'm sounding much different, yes? Mozart used the same motive 20 years earlier in the first movement of his equally great C major Piano Concerto number 25. And if you slow the music way down, there's your appoggiatura that suspends. Another one. And another one as it ascends. Another. But instead, Beethoven uses this sequence to drive the music ahead into the first thunderous passage of the work, straight C minor.
And these were quick samples clips from the series of music films which our team created and continues to create. This is a magnificent 9 Beethoven symphonies series, which are a very complex production. The whole script and the narration are created by Larry Rabchak, and there's a recording process and editing process of the audio, which of course involves many people working on it. And then there's also visuals and the sheet music, and demonstrating how the music moves around the sheet music, and the whole film album production, which Virtual Concert Hall's team is working on, and incorporating visuals and videos and stock videos and all of that. And on top of it, this the Beethoven's Fifth Symphony also includes a character, that little guy on the corner in there who is gesturing and talking. This is actually a character bot which was created in the liking of Lawrence Rabchak. And that adds another complexity, but it also adds another dimension of enjoyment into those programs. And again, this is the way for us to make music more accessible to many people. Some people want to listen to the whole symphony, while other people want to take a deeper look into how it was created by Beethoven. So that adds another dimension to our productions and more power to our mission, which is coming to you, our dear audience, and bringing to you the best of the best from musicians around the world. Now, with this, there's a lot more to say about it. There's a lot more to secrets to reveal, and please get in touch with us and watch out for more programs like this one, where we'll be sharing what we do and how we do that. What's coming up? The next thing where you can get involved directly with our productions and with our presentations in this season is a call orchestra deadline coming up. This is auditions, and you will be part of the multicast and maybe even multimedia production if you apply for this. And this will be auditions involving judges from different countries and performers from different countries, with the purpose for people to be selected and to become soloists with various orchestras, again, in many different countries. Isn't that really wonderful that we can really bring the whole world together for those events? Let's see what these auditions are about.
Cold Orchestra is back. Our new season of auditions for classical musicians is now available. Performance opportunities for students, young professionals, and seasoned artists. Perform a concerto with orchestras around the world. We have 4 orchestras this season. Perform with orchestras throughout the US, Czechia, and Egypt. New this season, opportunities for composers to have their orchestral works recorded by the Boulder Symphony Orchestra, mastered and distributed on the world's most known music streaming platforms. Audition live from the comfort of your own home. Get live evaluations from expert judges and expand your online presence through our international internet broadcasts. Additional award and performance opportunities are also available. Visit our website for full details. Don't miss out on these wonderful opportunities to advance as a musician and perform on a world-renowned stage. We look forward to hearing your performances. Cold Orchestra is...
We welcome everyone into our ever-growing family of musicians who are enthusiastic about sharing their art with everyone and anyone, regardless of whether or not they can be present physically in the physical concert, in a concert venue. We stream on all major platforms. Please look for us. Watch our other programs, like us, subscribe, share with other people. If you want to give us your supporting hand, that's the best way to help us and to support us, because that's what we're looking for. More people who join our programs and are able to enjoy either the watching of the programs or participating actively in them. We are very grateful to incredible family of our collaborators and partners. And again, these are music companies from all over the world. The screen is filled with the logos, which I can't even start mentioning all of them, but please visit our websites and learn who those people are. Every one of those companies you saw on the screen is represented by wonderful people. Many of them are musicians who are also doing some organizing and business work in the music industry. And these are tested people who will respond to your messages if you have a question about, I don't know, social media for classical musicians. They will share very generously their support and their expertise. And we'll talk about the awards in our next program. We have lots of awards for this season. There was a little spoiler, but in the next programs you'll find out what you can potentially win in addition to performances if you participate in our seasons. And I want to thank very much the incredible, fabulous team of virtual concert halls and our collaborators, progressive musicians, call orchestra, and everyone who is working with us. Please say thank you, many cheers, and special thank you to our director of today's show, James Welch, who is behind the scenes, very busy with his fingers on the keyboards, preparing and putting up all these videos and other materials which you were able to enjoy today. And with that, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone, and I will see you soon again. See you tomorrow at the next show. Bye.